Hello, it's Compound Interest Stock Guy. Today in this video, we're gonna be talking about indices. Indices are, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and I'm gonna be talking about cryptocurrencies as well. So stay tuned. I just want to acknowledge that I'm not a financial advisor. You gotta do your own research, your due diligence before investing, and investing poses risks to your money. So yeah, just do your own due diligence, and I'm not a financial advisor. But let's get into it as well. Can you give me a thumbs up? And if you're not subscribed or you haven't hit the notification so you're notified when I upload a video, please do so. I've been kind of on a hiatus. I wasn't really like receiving the amount of just the amount of support, I guess, from my whole YouTube channel that I feel like I deserve for the knowledge that I have. So I just kind of took a hiatus. The weather's not as good right now, so I've been taking time, to spend some time and make some videos. So yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, at the same time, I have been telling people to go onto my Instagram because I'm a lot more active on Instagram. I used to actually be on Twitter, and Twitter removed me because I'm just too blunt for their liking. What's going on. Call me a conspiracy theorist, call me whatever, but everything that's I said was gonna happen in 2020 is happening to this day. So, whatever. But yeah, let's get into this. So let's do cryptocurrencies first. Okay, so cryptocurrencies. Okay, we got the cryptocurrency categories. Okay. So you got smart contract platform, Ethereum, Solana. Those are big ones, right? Right. I'm sure if you're into cryptocurrencies, you've heard of those ones. And then the Binance. And but what ones I think that are very interesting and should be paid attention to and looked at accumulating, not necessarily for now. I mean, not necessarily that it'll just go bullish overnight, but more of a long-term investment plan, because I believe both of them have I think they're going to rise up. Okay, so you're looking at the metaverse. Okay, so San, Mana, and Axie Infinity are the biggest ones in this. And the market capitalization for these categories is 26 billion. So I just watched this video, and this guy's got 1.8 million subscribers, and he was talking about the metaverse is like a $1 trillion industry. From who said that? Trying to think who he was talking about. It was Grayscale was saying that. So Grayscale, you got the Grayscale Bitcoin, GBTC, GF maybe. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I've never bought that. I did own shares of GBTC once, and I stupidly sold too early. But hey, live and learn. And yeah, so let's get into it. So Axie Infinity, right? Axie Infinity AXS, and that's a market cap of 6.8 billion. And it's the number one leading one, right? And you don't really need to think about it as in dollar cost to think about it as an investment. If the metaverse is going to be a $1 trillion industry, then most likely these ones are probably going to go up 40 times when that comes, right? So we're talking, I don't know, maybe 5-10 years where this Axie Infinity, this coin, is going to be worth 40 times as much. So 40 times as much as $4,000. That's a pretty good sizable investment gain, right? And then you look at the Sandbox, and it's $4.99. And if it's 4.527, we're talking this could go up 40 times. So it could be 160 billion market cap. I mean, it could be a lot bigger than that. So Sandbox, I'm late to the party. I didn't buy it early. I just recently bought some, and I own all three of these actually. I just recently purchased them. Do I think I bought them at the right time? No. But if I hold them for the next 3 to 5 years, I think they'll be very good gainers based on it. Do I like the metaverse? No, I don't like the metaverse. I think it's odd. I think it's bizarre. but I'm more of an investor. I think about the money gains. So, and then Decentraland Mana is 333 and it's 4.3. So that could go up, 40 times, right? So this could be 120. Sandbox could be, $200 price per coin. So if you have $10 and you're like, okay, I'm going to buy 2 of those coins, in 5 years, those coins could be worth $400, right? So you got to think that that could be a very good investment. Now, you could buy 10 coins, you could buy 20 coins, you could buy $100 worth of coins, and that goes up 40 times. So you spend $100, and all of a sudden that's worth $4,000. That's pretty good, sizable gain. You look at this, 333, it could go up 40 times. So you're talking about this could be $120. So I mean, it could go up a lot more than this, and this could be just be minuscule numbers, right? I don't know. I believe the money printer is just going brrr, and a lot of that money is going into stupid ideas. I'm just gonna be blunt with y'all. It's going to stupid ideas. It's going to like Dogecoin. It's going into Shiba. I think these are very stupid ideas. I think these are more pragmatic ideas that the money is going to go into them. Now Ethereum is kind of running this show because they're like the leader with the whole metaverse kind of. Like, I don't know how to explain it, how it works in, but Ethereum seems to have like a stranglehold. I think it's kind of the connection with OpenSea getting the NFT tokens off there. So yeah, so these are the ones that I would focus on. I mean, whether you have a portfolio of 100K and you would think about maybe investing 0.5%, which would be $500, or you have $1 million and you would think about investing $500, and that $500 goes up 40 times, you made 200K, right? So, I mean, it's just some idea out there that I believe that we're still early. Do I think we're super early? No, we're not super early. I mean, these things have gone up a lot. 4.4 billion, 6.7 billion. But I'm just looking at it for the potential. I do think that out of all the categories, those coins, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about all these. I mean, there's a lot of other videos on YouTube you can look at and learn more about these coins. I'm personally more invested into Mana than Sand, based on the Sand is like a lot. It's very highly owned by their owners, kind of like it's like 96% like more like controlled group, right? So if this coin does go to $20 or $25, they could literally dump it right there and take it down to $7 in like 2 days, right? Or less, right? So I mean, it's just something to think about that you got to be aware of with these coins, who owns them. And so there's some risk with Sand. I don't think there's as much risk with Decentraland and Axis Affinity. And if you go to Twitter, like Axis Affinity has so many followers, so that it's more popular. But I do think Mana and Sand, as far as popularity, could take over Axis Affinity. But there's some issues with Sandbox, and I'm not really sure about Mana, but I like Mana. I think Mana is very good. There's more coins with Mana than there is with Sandbox, but yeah. So I mean, if you had $30, to your name, not $30 to your name, but you had $30 that you're willing to throw in the dumpster, not worry about, I would say buy 10 of these coins. Buy 10 of these coins. Don't touch them for 10 years and see what they do. If they're worth, $200, 10 coins, $200, now they're worth $2,000. Hey, send me 0.25 of a coin for a gratuitous tip for that information. But I mean, in 10 years time, but don't touch them. I mean, I'm not saying to invest a ton of money into these projects because I think they're very risky. I think that they can literally go down to like $200 million. I think this can literally go to $3. I think Sandbox could literally go to like 30 cents. I think the central end can literally go to like 15 cents. It could literally go to zero. But I think riding out that storm, if you had like, say like you were thinking a long-term investment plan, you would go with that idea, and then say like 2 years from now, or like say 2 months from now, it goes to 20 cents. You would be buying more when it's at 20 cents than when you're buying right now. So you're keeping dry powder on the side for when the time comes that these are so beaten up, you take more of a stab on it. And maybe it goes to like 5 cents. You buy way more at that time. And then all of a sudden when it goes to like $1 or $3 or 15 or $100, you're laughing. But again, when the time comes that it does do all those things, there's going to have to be an awareness. You have to raise your awareness and understand what's going on. Why are these investments going down? Do they still have potential? Are they burned to the ground? Are they done? So, I mean, I'm not going to say for sure that you just randomly just keep buying them if they go down and not worry. And I'm not telling you to invest a lot of money into these projects. I'm not. Trust me. It's more of a speculative position that it's like a Peter Schiff mentality. Like you got to be retarded to be like Peter Schiff, who has so much money that they couldn't spare to buy one Bitcoin when Bitcoin was like $100. That you wouldn't just buy one Bitcoin and the Bitcoin's at $50,000 and then you take like a nice trip with that $50,000. You know what I'm saying? Obviously he could buy way more than just one Bitcoin. He could have bought 100, 200, 300 Bitcoin at that time. You gotta just be alert to the dynamics of investing and how the world's changing. And I'm not in love with the metaverse. I think it's very odd. But as far as an investment idea, I do think that these can go up, move up with the coins in the categories. So you got the whole, the ranking like I went through. Metaverse 21, right? I think these can definitely beat meme tokens, which are 48 billion in market cap. I think that they can probably, well, they're in the non-fungible tokens, so I guess they have already beat them in that sense. But I think that they can literally go down to probably like fifth. Like they could probably compete with stable coins, if not compete with the Avalanche ecosystem. I haven't looked into Avalanche ecosystem, but I think they can compete with the Polygon, the stable coins. Do they necessarily outrun them? I don't know, but I think they have a chance. And that's a market cap of about like 5 to 10 times higher, right? So I think you'd be doing it yourself a disservice if you didn't at least look into it to invest like, $20, $100, $500, $1,000, depending on your investment portfolio overall. But I wouldn't put a big percentage into those portfolios, into this ecosystem. I would do it more as a lower percentage. Now, when we look into the private ones, privacy coins are at 31 level and they are at 12 billion, right? In my personal opinion, I think that these ones can literally get in the top 10. So in the top 10, you got 61 billion. So that would mean that Monero would be about 5 times higher. Do I think that the whole cryptocurrency in total is a 2.4 trillion industry? Do I think it'll stay like that? No. I think that the whole cryptocurrency industry can literally go to 100 trillion. So yeah, you may think that's huge, but I do think that's possible. I think it obviously has to get above 10 trillion and 25 trillion and all that stuff. But it's something. So when you look at privacy coins, the ones that I'm involved with are Monero, and I'm also involved with Epic Cash, and I'm also involved with, it's probably not on here, Equilibria. And I don't really like Equilibria, but it may do okay. That's XEQ. And but I think Epic Cash does have they're very interesting. They're at 672. They've been going up. There's a Telegram community out there for Epic Cash. It's gone up a lot. They think that they can compete with Bitcoin. There's not many coins out on the market. Their privacy, and they want to compete. They're gonna do halving till 2028. So they're basically trying to be a big competition. And so yeah, it's very interesting. They're probably about like 15th on this list. Pirate Chain's a very interesting project as well. I did own some before, and I didn't make as much money. I should have sold out when it was like $16, and I learned my lesson. But I still made some money on it. But I would buy it again, but I'm waiting for the iPhone wallets to come into circulation. And so I mean, I do like the project. They're at 227 billion. I think this thing can go up about. I think it can go up. Would I invest a lot of money into the project? No. I'm talking about like if you have $100,000, like maybe invest like $100. Maybe invest like $500 max, like $1,000 max. I'm not in no way, shape, or form saying to invest like $10,000, $20,000 into a project, because these are very risky speculative asset classes. But even if you did invest, say $500, right, and you bought 400 of these, if this goes up to $100, that you made yourself like $40,000, right? So it's just something to think about. And Zcash is getting into the Cake wallet. Cake wallet is my favorite wallet for cryptocurrencies. And but they're working on some like shielding transaction. I'm not really like a super fan of Zcash. I think Monero takes the cake as far as privacy goes. But I mean, Zcash, I wouldn't like, as far as like an investment, I think they'll probably do okay in the future. And Gemini, the Winklevoss twins, they're promoting Zcash, but Monero is the king for privacy coins. So in my belief, and a 12 billion thing, I think it can go to 100 billion, if not $500 billion, right? So that's where you're talking about 40 times Monero. So that means that each Monero should be worth like $8,000. I think it can go way, way higher than that. I mean, $1 trillion, like 80 times. So 200, that would be like $16,000 per coin. So, I mean, I do think there's a time and place when privacy is going to be like paramount. And we're setting the stage where I think that privacy coins are just going to be hot. But all the mainstream narrative wants to demobilize that movement, right? They want everybody in Bitcoin, Ethereum that's as open and transparent as can be, right? But they don't want people in Monero. But I think Monero, for very rich billionaires, they're gonna want to have some type of asset where they can store it, and that is private, and they can move money around the world, and they can move millions and billions of dollars, right? So I believe, honestly, in my opinion, if it goes 80 times, that would be 250 billion or like 300 billion overall market cap. And Bitcoin is going to $1 trillion, right? So I think Bitcoin could probably go to 10, in time. I mean, hell, it can go to a quadrillion probably, based on the banking system that they're running. But I think Monero's definitely, if you're looking at privacy coins and upside potential, I do see this coin going a lot higher. Am I telling you to invest a lot of money? No, not necessarily. But I think these coins are honestly, they're less speculative than maybe Metaverse, but Metaverse probably do better than privacy coins based on mainstream. So I mean, say if you had like $100,000, I mean maybe invest like 1% or so. If you like the idea of them, and just think about them. I mean, because in a world where they want to create central currencies where they basically could take out your money out of your crypto wallet based on crossing the road. They don't like you saying something on the internet that they don't like, and all these things that can really create some havoc in people's life, and they could do that. And there's a lot of transparent nature with Bitcoin, so that a lot of the Bitcoin people that have a lot of money could essentially kind of convert their Bitcoin into Monero when they want to actually do their lifestyle. When the government's tamping down on the way they're trying to live their life. So there's a lot of creative ways that Monero could really come into the ecosystem of cryptocurrency and become a whole world leader. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go into insane detail with that. I would just say that, look into these coins and think about them, that the potential that they have. And again, I think the ones to look at are Monero. I think this one's pretty good. I don't own any. This is probably very good. Haven't looked into too much information. What ones I really like are Pirate Chain, and the Darrow one's interesting. This one I like. I don't own. If it gets into the Cake wallet, I will be acquiring. Epic Hash I like. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the privacy coins. But I do believe that the privacy coins category at 31, I think it can definitely get in the top 10, if not the top 15 or 20, right? So I think it's going to go down the list, and cryptocurrencies are going to be big in the future. I mean, I know they've exploded, but the percentage of people that still use cryptocurrency is very low. So anyways, that's pretty much enough for me explaining with cryptocurrencies. So now we're going to go and we're going to switch over into S&P 500. So S&P 500, we had this set up. SPX 500 is basically like it rocked, right? And the reason why it rocked this week is because we had Dixie come down all right here. All this area. It came down and the 10-year yield started coming up a bit. So these things come in effect. I got a secret indicator that Drake Manarino talks about, and I've been using it to assess risk, when to buy the F and dip in the marketplace. So yeah, I've been using that, as well as U.S. oil comes into play. The big banks are very heavily invested in U.S. oil. So when U.S. oil goes up, the market wants to go up as well. So SPX 500 went up. Boom shakalaka. It wouldn't surprise me. SPY is probably going to go to 480. Potentially. I'm not going to say guarantee, but I'd say 480, if not higher, maybe even 500 by the end of the month. It's going to be interesting January. I'm gonna have to assess the Dixie and the US 10-year yield before I start. Ideally you bought right around here, and you're just holding the positions, and you're taking profits, on the way up. You want to sell into strength, buy into weakness, right? Sell into strength, buy into weakness. So that's pretty much the scenario, right? And with the Dow Jones, US 30 go up, right? So I mean, You saw this go up. I think it's probably going to go to 37,000. Could happen by the end of the month. You know, if there's a big pump, it could probably go to 38K. We'll see. I mean, it hasn't had that dynamic move, but this bullish candle right here is telling me that it wants to expand. So we'll see. We had these little pause candles and they want to expand. So, you know, I will expect 36.5 to test this, and you know, 37. Nasdaq, I think it's gonna probably want to test this 16.75. It's gonna have a tough time. It seems like the Nasdaq's kind of losing power, but I feel like the Dow Jones is kind of taking over right now, and the US 30. But you know, tech can definitely come hot and you know, come towards like 18K. So we'll see. I mean, again, obviously you want to buy weakness, sell strength, right? Is like you get into here, you're selling here, then you're buying here, and then you're selling here. You know what I'm saying? And then you're buying here, and then you're selling here. So that's the dealio. Anyways, this is great information. Give me likes, share the video, tell your friends, your family that I'm an OG gangster in crypto, cannabis, you know, mining, commodities, all that. And you know, I ain't gonna tell you no fluff. I'm the real G. I'm smart as can be. And you know, if you guys want to support the community, support my channel, and motivate me to make more videos, let people know that I'm giving you some real sauce, some gems that I've collected along the years. So, and that's about it. Appreciate it. Share the video, and you know, hit that like as well. Don't forget to hit that like. Give me likes. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like me to do next time, and you know, I will take that advice to heart. If it's something that's in my strength, right? If you're telling me to make a video about Elmo or something like that I know nothing about. I mean, obviously I know what Elmo is, but I'm just saying it's not my thing, right? Then I probably won't do that video. But if you tell me something to do that I'm encouraged to do, and I know enough about that I believe that I could do a good video on it, then I'll do it for you. Just let me know. And until next time, Shaka Capiz. Again, if you want to get to know me better, I employ you to add me on Instagram at what's my Instagram? I always forget it, because you know, Instagram doesn't necessarily give you the name you want to get, so you kind of got to go with that, right? So what is it? Give me a second. Compound interest stock G13. So that's COMPOUNDINTERESTOCK So, you know, follow me on that Instagram. I'm posting a lot of information. You want to get into contact with me, DM me. Until next time, I'm out.